Good job.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, if I cough, are you gonna look at me crazy?
Probably.
Wait, what if, can I clear my throat?
You can clear your Okay, that's it.
Let's see. I pet that dog.
Can I pet that dog?
Ooh, why'd you try to copy me? Twins. Come on,
Twins. Period.
Hey beauties, I'm Alma and this is
Talent.
We just graduated from the University of Maryland College Park. We graduated this May. I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Criminology and Criminal Justice and a Bachelor of Science in Family Science, and I had a minor in Law and Society.
Period.
Come on.
And I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Criminology and Criminal Justice and Psychology.
Yes, and that's how we met.
Yes.
But in Calc though.
Yeah,
It's
no.
weird. Yeah.
No, we don't talk about it.
No, we hate Calc. Today we're going to tell you things we didn't know before applying to law school. This video is going to be very long, but it's very informative. That's the word. So the first thing we wish we knew before applying to law school is that you have to pay a CAS fee, a CAS fee, whatever you want to call it. I guess you pay it twice. So the first time you pay it is
$200. You pay a $200 fee when you make your LSAC account.
and every time you apply to a school, you pay $45 on top of the application fee. So I really don't know what the $200 is for, but
Right.
you gotta pay it.
Yeah,
So,
you have to pay that.
It's expensive.
Another thing we wish we knew is that we actually had to study for the LSAT. Okay, what I mean by that is me and Alma both studied.
Wait,
we,
oh my
we
gosh.
both studied. But the first time around, we both self-studied. I had books. Did you use books?
Yeah, I use books.
Yeah, we used
Books,
books.
yeah.
And we started studying our junior year, like spring semester. That's when we took it more seriously. Our first LSAT in July. So,
2019.
Yes, of 2019.
Oh, okay, like
Yes,
it.
okay, quiet.
Okay, this time we're filming a video. Okay.
But yeah, I would say actually study and take it seriously because, it's
Yeah.
stressful. It's hard to do while you also have schoolwork, but it's manageable and you have to try to find time to do it because we definitely saw our results.
Wait.
Well, she didn't, I guess, but I won't say my score. You can study whatever way you study best, whether that's books, there's Khan Academy. If you want to get a tutor, the second time around, me and Alma did a prep class.
Power Score,
which
honestly, they finessed us because they told us it was like 2 hours long, but it was really 3 hours, so we weren't mentally prepared.
yeah.
And so by that third hour, and it was like late at night, it was like 8 to 11.
Mhm.
So by 10, we were
pretty
were
much
doing
checked
good
out.
at the beginning, but after 10, it was like no.
Yeah, and we
So-
did that in preparation for the October LSAT.
Along the lines of that, the next thing we wish we knew is that your LSAT weighs more or matters more than your GPA. Definitely, your GPA has to be like good
Right.
for it to matter the opposite way. But like Fallon said, actually study for the LSAT because it really, really does matter.
So the next thing we wish we knew is to take your personal statement and resume seriously. Because while Alma was talking about the LSAT being very important, for people that might not have the highest LSAT or GPA scores, your personal statement and resume can really set you apart. So I would say ask people to edit your personal statement if you feel comfortable with that. There's people that you can actually pay. You can just ask your friends, your family, your English
the writing
teacher.
center,
Yeah,
if y'all have one.
Yeah, writing center. But yeah, I would take that seriously because it can really set you apart. Same with your resume. I don't feel like everything in your resume has to be law related. I mean, me and Alma both had other jobs on campus and we incorporated those. So don't take anything out that you might not feel is important because they want to hear everything you did. Volunteer work, internships, jobs, all of it.
Going along the lines of writing your personal statement, the LSAT writing is actually online. We didn't know that until it was time to do the LSAT writing. So, and it's weird because you do it, you have to like scan the room and like show under the table and do all this weird stuff. So just be prepared for that.
It's a lot. And wait, do you? I have a story with the LSAT writing.
What happened?
So the first time I took it,
Oh, I do remember. Girl.
the first time I took it, what was it? I think my phone rang. Yes.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, I guess, turn your phone off. I did not do that. I just put it in my backpack and was like, oh, it's on vibrate. Nobody's gonna like hear it. But I had an alarm set that I did not remember was set, and it just started going off in the middle of the thing, and I had to like turn it off. And I didn't finish, but I contacted LSAT, they reset it for me. I didn't have to pay an extra fee. So
It's easier to email them than to call them.
yes.
because
they
I
don't
had to
answer the
do
phone.
mine like 4 times as well.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, and
The
they don't
first
charge you extra, right?
No, they better not.
They don't charge you.
And you only have to do it once for each
Mhm.
LSAT. So if you take the LSAT 10 times, you only have to do it once. But don't
Right.
take the LSAT 10 times.
Right. LSAT writing doesn't really incorporate into your score at the end of the day. Like if you got a 145, you still got a 145. So I don't really know what the writing, I don't know. But you still have to do it. Another thing we wish we knew before applying is to really do research into the law schools you're applying to. So like all my life I wanted to go to Georgetown.
All my life.
All my life I had to fight. I wanted to go to Georgetown. Or at least I thought I wanted to go to Georgetown. Great school, but once I did more research into it, it was
You're
not
so
for
shady.
me. It just wasn't for me, right? But that's what you have to do. Like you might think you want to go to a school, but I think you should look into the bar passage rate, what type of jobs their alumni are working at, see if they're in fields or in offices and places that you would want to be. You can look at the city that it's in, because that's a major thing that I think I didn't really pay attention to. What else? Cost of living in that area. Just like a lot of research, because you don't want to just apply to a school because of the name or because you think you want to go there. You really should talk to people there, that current students that go to school, learn about the clinics that they have available.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, and make sure that they just have stuff to offer for you, like what you want to do. Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, law school is expensive.
It
so
is.
make sure
it's a true investment.
you're getting your money's worth. Okay, so the next thing, honestly, I wish someone would have told me this, and it's actually unfair. I need to go talk to someone at LSAC because this is really unfair. Because you have to report every single crime, like traffic stops, misdemeanors, felonies.
that got her caught up.
Okay, I had a little traffic thing, but I was found not guilty. If you're found not guilty, whatever, you have to report it, and you have to really read the wording.
I didn't have to really deal with that, but
because she didn't drive. That's what I'm saying. It's not fair.
But she's right. Report everything, because if they find out something, they're gonna find you.
And I think
That's
when you're
all I'm saying.
taking the bar exam, they go back to that.
Yeah, the bar is serious.
Yeah, so
Report
don't be lying.
everything. Yeah, just don't lie. Going off what I said before about research and stuff, I would highly suggest going to visit the schools you're interested in. Unfortunately, with Corona, me and Alma didn't really get the pleasure of visiting a lot of the schools we were interested in.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. But in the future, for you guys, hopefully you'll be able to visit the schools. You definitely get a better feel for the school and just see if you like the area it's in, the environment.
I guess the only schools we visited we went to Georgetown and Maryland.
Yeah, those are the only 2 schools
Yeah.
we were able to visit.
And we're not going to
and we're not going to either one of those. So we did not get to visit the schools that we're actually going to.
Yeah.
So
It's quite unfortunate.
yeah.
So going back, since we backtracking a little bit, we're gonna go back to we're gonna go back to personal statements. Read each school's personal statement instructions properly, because each school may have a different word count. They might want you to write about something different. So what we did is that we had a standard personal statement, and then we just adjusted it, whatever. When I was writing mine, I wrote it with the shortest word count. So if a school had 250, I'm writing all of them as 250, because I'm not writing one for 500 and then the next school's asking me for 250. That's just too much. So I'm just gonna do 250 and call it a day.
Tailor it to the school that you're applying to. So if you can find something particularly interesting about that school that is the reason you want to go there, your why for wanting to go there, you can add that in the personal statement. Individualize it.
Yes. And so at the end or somewhere in the the essay, or what is it called, the statement, I guess, make sure you talk about the school, like she was saying. So oh, I really like the location, oh, I really like this, or I really like this professor. Just add things.
Right.
So
and don't be like me and remember?
Yeah, don't do that.
I accidentally sent a school, this was not a personal statement, this was a continued letter of interest. We could make a whole different video about waitlist.
Child. We're gonna talk about that later.
But I accidentally kept the name of one of the other schools I sent a continued letter of interest to a different school. It's very embarrassing, so don't do that. Another thing that we wish we knew is that negotiation is pretty important. If you care about scholarships at all, if you care about even waitlists, you just have to don't be pushy, but persistent. When you're negotiating, you have to come with something, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be I want more money. A lot of people will compare their scholarships from other schools to be okay, this school is offering me this much. Can you match it?
Going off of that, grad schools generally, so not even law school, just everything general. They don't do grants, so scholarship is your way to get free money. So other than that, it's the grad plus loan if you have credit, and then unsubsidized. They don't even do subsidized, so it's unsubsidized loan. So that's something we wish we knew, because girl, I was like, the heck?
And then there's like outside scholarships too, like private organizations do them, but a lot of those are essay based, so you're gonna be writing a lot of essays. It's not like with undergrad, you can apply like those little scholarships undergrad.
Wait, those are fake.
Yeah, those are like, no. But like law school ones, especially if they're through law firms, they want like an essay and stuff like that. So you could try those, of course. And yeah.
Yep. So in regards to letter of recommendations, like say I want her to write me a letter of recommendation, I have to provide LSAC with her email. They're gonna send her, I don't know what they send, I think it's like a link or something for her to put in the letter of recommendation, and then she uploads that. But then I also have to go in and add her as a recommender for the schools I'm applying to, and you have to do that individually for each school.
Right. Yeah, and it is very confusing. Like there was one school I didn't even send any letters of recommendation.
I was like, wait,
to,
what? Yeah.
But I thought I did because I thought it was automatic. But you have to like manually go in and put what schools. And some schools cap it off, like only 3 recommenders, only 2. Some of them you don't have to submit any. So I think that's why there's so much flexibility on the website. But just make sure you do it.
I think 2 is a good number. So like when you're looking for people to do your letter of recommendations, find 2.
Stick with a professor, faculty advisor, supervisor. That realm is pretty good. Yeah.
So if you're not applying to schools now in like this upcoming semester, I guess it'll be harder because it's virtual, but just try and jump in the Zoom office hours, okay?
Yes.
Just be close with the professor.
Right. Yeah. Start early making those connections, because then it gets awkward your senior year when you're trying to apply for law school and you're like, I have no one to ask. Like that's really awkward. So
at Maryland it's kind of hard because classes are big. So you just gotta make it do what you have to do. Like
it wasn't hard for her because she know everybody, but for me, I don't go to office hours. So going off that, I would also say ask your teacher, whoever you're asking for the recommendation, early, because they're busy too. They have lives. They forget.
And give them a deadline.
Yeah,
like it's due.
Yeah,
like
even
something.
if it ain't really due.
Just
give them a deadline, and also if you want, you can send them your resume or give them some material to go off of.
So like we mentioned earlier, law school is really, really expensive, so you want to cut costs where you can. So what you can do is go to like little law school panels, and they might be giving you like fee waiver cards and stuff with like a waiver code at the back of it, or you can email schools. I've definitely done that too. Or you can that's it. You can do those 2 things, but definitely ask them, and the worst they can say is no, and it's like, all right, then you just pay that fee. But the best they can say is yes, and then you save money.
So the next thing we wish we knew is to reach out to current students and alumni from schools you are interested in. I did this with my current school that I am going to attend in the fall, which is secret.
Yeah, I did that too as well.
Yeah, she did it too. Secret.
It's like, we can tell you guys, we're going to Zoom University School of Law.
Period. So exciting.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like I specifically reached out to Black students there. The school I'm going to, I can say it's not a HBCU, so I did want to know about the Black experience at this school, about their Black Law Student Association, things like that. So yeah, I would say try to find people through Facebook. That's what I did. I use Facebook, but I guess there's probably other ways.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, I feel like Facebook's the main way. Most schools, once you're accepted, do have some sort of incoming student group, like Facebook, GroupMe, something of that sort, so you can like connect with other students.
It's the same as undergrad.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess admissions does it, but yeah.
So I would say ask them any questions you have about teachers, about life in that city, about law school just in general, and just kind of get a feel for how they're doing at the school and how they like it.
The next thing we wish we knew before applying to law schools is that transcripts take a minute. And so I don't remember when we did our transcripts, but okay, so I sent transcripts like probably 2 times. The first time it wasn't that bad. Like I don't think it was that long, but this past time we requested our transcripts on June 1st, and they didn't get it till like late July. But the first time it wasn't that bad for me to be like sheesh, but this time it took forever. And when you get into law school, they need your final transcripts to make sure you're not a fraud and you're not a scam and you really secured your degrees. But that joint take too long, so request your transcripts early, because I can imagine if we did it in July, like I don't know when the heck the schools would have received it. We don't want them to revoke our offers and that.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And the last thing we want to say is that there's a wait list. I'll just tell you stories we've heard. Like, people be on the wait list for law school and they don't hear until like a week before orientation. So like, law school wait list takes a minute. It's not like by, you know, this date you're gonna hear a yes or a no. Like, they just keep dragging it. But delay does not mean denied. So remember that just because the school says hold on doesn't mean that you have to put an entire pause on your law career. And if it does, you can just, you know, follow the next cycle.
I was waitlisted at a few schools that I applied to, and like in the moment it was pretty discouraging, I will say. But like once you get like one acceptance,
it's like, I'm going to law school,
it's like, then I'm
baby.
going to law school. Yeah. With the wait list, I will say that if you really, really want to go to that school, be consistent and reach out to the school. Don't be like overboard, like every week or, you know, anything like that. But like, I suggest doing continued letter of interest, which is what I did for a few schools. Reach out about any updates you have to your resume. If you got a new job, you got a new leadership position, you can send them your updated transcript, things like that. Just show you're still interested, because once you're on the wait list, you are a contender for going in. And so if they're ever going to look at that wait list, they're going to remember you because you kept reaching out. You weren't doing too much, but you reached out enough that they remember, okay, Alma kept, you know, I've seen her name. She emailed and updated us. So I would say, yeah, if you're really interested, be persistent, be patient. And if it, like Alma said, if it doesn't happen, then there's always the next time.
Along the lines of that, there's only so much you can do. So like, you're not always going to get a new job. You're not always going to have this. So sometimes you might just have to retake the LSAT. And you know, that's
because that could make or break a lot of people. So
and I think most schools take the highest one. So those are all the things we wish we knew before applying to law school. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow us on social media. New videos every Sunday. Did you want to say anything?
Thank you for having me on your channel.
Wait, no.